the next question is another science question. It is, why do leaves change color in the fall?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this one too.
It's a good one.
Good questions.
Yeah, these questions are definitely interesting. So folks probably know that leaves are typically green. And I feel like it's one of these things that we almost take for granted. Like, plants are green, that's just the color they are. But there's a really good reason that plants are green. And the reason is that plants, specifically the green parts of plants, contain cells that have a special kind of organelle inside them called a chloroplast. And the chloroplast is the organelle, it's the part of that cell that allows plants to take energy from the sun and use that energy to build sugar molecules out of water and carbon dioxide. So it's a vital, super important component to how plant biology works, and it's a vital piece in the puzzle of how life works on Earth sort of overall. So chloroplasts, and I guess I'll show you a picture of a chloroplast if we could jump to my screen really quick. This is both a diagram and then in the bottom left corner, I'll try to blow it up a little bit. The bottom left corner there is the transmission electron microscope image of a chloroplast. That's what they would actually look like as best we can see under a microscope, but we sort of simplify them in diagrams like this. And chloroplasts are little, membranous sacs that contain these stacks called thylakoids. And the thylakoids are the things themselves that actually help to generate energy from sunlight, and it's the chlorophyll inside of the thylakoids the chlorophyll is a special chemical that's able to, in ways that are sort of analogous to how a solar panel works, absorb energy and then pass that energy on to another system, and then use that energy to eventually, like I said, make sugar out of water and carbon dioxide. So chlorophyll is bright green. And since all of these plant cells on the leaves or the stems or many parts of the plants contain so many chloroplasts and so much of this chlorophyll in the chloroplasts, the light reflected by these plants is green. As the season changes, though, as we get to the fall, there's less light showing up in the fall, and as again we all probably know, a lot of plants shed their leaves during the winter and actually go into sort of a state of dormancy. So during the winter, trees that would have leaves during the summer, they're going to go into a state of dormancy. They're going to live off of sugar that they've stored over the course of the summer. And they're also going to get rid of all their leaves. And as part of that process of getting rid of their leaves, the chloroplasts are going to stop functioning. And as they stop functioning, the chlorophyll inside of them is going to break down. And as it breaks down, it no longer retains the green pigment, the pigment that reflects green light. And so what you end up with is one of two things. Either there are chemicals that were in the leaf the whole time, but we didn't see their colors because the color of the chlorophyll sort of covered them up. Or there are new chemicals that are being formed because of the breakdown of the chlorophyll. So I've got just a little diagram here I can show you. So this is sort of a simple graphic that was put out by a website called Science Bob, but it talks about the idea that, again, the green comes from the color of chlorophyll. Red, there's a chemical called anthocyanin. Anthocyanin comes from the breakdown of chlorophyll. Then there's other chemicals like carotene and xanthophyll. Carotene and xanthophyll are both in leaves anyways. And when chlorophyll breaks down and stops reflecting green light, suddenly the orange light reflected by carotene or the yellow light reflected by xanthophyll is able to be seen. So that's essentially the concept. That's why leaves change color in the fall.
Interesting.
That was interesting.